Okay, so as per request, somebody asked me to do a breakdown of the Yankees' actual payroll for going into 2023 season right now, okay, including all the stuff that they've done recently, the non-tenders and picking up guys from waivers and everything else, and tendering Isaiah Kiner-Falefa and Lou Trivino contracts. So right now, as we stand, guaranteed contracts, the Yankees are at $161.3 million. Guaranteed contracts. Now, this is where the other math comes into play, and let me break this down for you because it's rather interesting. So, to go from 161 to where they're at now, let me break this down for you. I got to pull up my glasses for this one. Okay. Salaries for players eligible for arbitration, you're adding $48 million. Average annual values for players with guaranteed contracts, no longer on the 40-man roster, nothing. Now they're getting back $6 million for some of other payments. Does not include potential buyouts. That's $6 million they're getting back. Estimated salaries for players not yet eligible for arbitration and other players with non-guaranteed contracts, $7.9 million. Okay. Estimated salaries for 40-man roster players in the minors, $2.5 million. So anybody who's currently in the minors that's on the 40-man roster counts towards the major league payroll. Okay. Then you have estimated player benefits to be paid out, pension and everything else, $16 million. And lastly, one of the new things that was negotiated into the new CBA is payment into the $50 million pre-arbitration bonus pool, $1.666 million. So that takes them from where they're at before now to $222 million. $222.2 million. So they just added like $60 million with all these things to the overall payroll expenditure that's at the major league level payroll. So now let's just say they add Aaron Judge, and again, this is not including any of the moves that they make moving forward. So let's just say they make they give Aaron Judge $40 million a year, automatically up to $262. Okay, and the new payroll thresholds are $233 for the first, $253, $273, $293. And each payroll threshold you go, the penalty becomes more steep. Okay? So let's just say Aaron Judge comes back and takes him $263. They've already surpassed the first two payroll thresholds. Like that. Now, that doesn't include anything about anybody else. Anthony Rizzo's new contract's already factored into the number. Okay? And if they bring back Andrew Benintendi or whatever other moves they make moving forward here will affect the new payroll expenditure. Now, if they move Gleyber Torres, let's just say you take $10 million off the $222, makes it down to $212. Let's just say they trade Josh Donaldson and Aaron Hicks, and they eat, I don't know, half the payroll. Let's just say $12 million. It takes them down to $200 now if they move those two guys. Now it gives them a lot more wiggle room to work within those threshold parameters. Okay? So, keep an eye out on those things as well. And obviously, once these things, come into play, any other payroll move that happens with the Yankees, I'll update you on that. So be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done that yet. If you want no stuff like this, I can keep you in the payroll loop as well as the transaction loop, whether it be Yankees or non-Yankees. But I thought this was a good idea. That one of our subscribers requested I do this so that we all have a more thorough understanding of where the payroll and what's actually factored into the payroll. And I'll actually link it down below for you, so if you want to look at the math yourself, you can do that and see how it's broken down. And you'll find it's rather interesting. There were a couple things that I didn't include. I had just included the salaries for the players. But then there's so many other things that boost it up so much quicker that you can see, why there's some hesitation in terms of much more spending and so on. But now, Hal said also that, he's got enough money for Judge and whatever else they need to get to the World Series again. He also said that they're at their pre-pandemic revenues again. So, 2019 revenues, which is a good thing as well. So, but again, I'll believe it when I see it. I'll believe it when Hal puts his money where his mouth is. And that's the bottom line. But let me know what you think of these payroll numbers and how it how it affects your math and your calculus, and what moves would you still make, knowing that these numbers are what they are. Could you imagine they brought in Judge and Trey Turner, right? Let's just say Judge 40, 262. Trey Turner, 30. 292. And then you take those guys back off. You take that $30 million back off for the other guys. Now we're still back down to 262. And they haven't even gotten a starting pitcher yet. So, unless they make a trade for a starting pitcher, that's generally how quickly this payroll is going to go up or go down. So, it's going to be a rather imperative that they move Donaldson and Aaron Hicks and try to eat as little money as possible. Maybe attach better prospects to the deal if they can. But those are the numbers, gang. Those are the numbers. So, give me your insight. Give me your feedback in the comments. Let me know what you think, and we'll get into this. And obviously, I'll keep you posted on anything else that comes out. Have a good Sunday. Watch some football. Hang out with your loved ones. Over and out.